I've lived through droughts, floods, and one tornado that ripped half my barn apart. But nothing, and I mean nothing, ever made my heart stop like that sound in the dark. A sharp click, the cap of a lighter flicking open, cutting through a midnight so quiet. You could hear the Texas wind scraping its claws across the tin roof. Ranger, my shepherd, shot up before I even moved, growling, hackles up like he was staring down the devil himself. At first, I figured, hell, must be coyotes again, but then I caught it. That smell. Gasoline, thick and bitter, riding the night air like a warning nobody could ignore. I pulled on my boots, grabbed my old Remington, and flicked on the porch camera. That's when my gut turned to ice. 3 shapes, all black uniforms, heavy vests marked County Tactical Unit. Except our county's got nothing close to that kind of money or trouble. Those men weren't cops. They were ghosts in borrowed armor, skulking around my barn, one shaking a can, another fiddling with something that gleamed in the flashlight beam. Detonator? Or maybe just another lighter. Either way, I wasn't about to wait and find out. I racked a shell in, Ranger barked like thunder, and I threw the back door wide. That dry, angry wind slapping me in the face. The gasoline smell so strong it stung my eyes. My light caught a mask. One froze, the other spun, and I shouted, "Who the hell are you?" No answer, just that lighter. Click, click. Drop it. I took a step, and time slowed. Next thing I know, I squeezed the trigger, and the blast tore the silence apart. One of them dropped screaming, the others vanished behind their SUVs. Then the burning started, just a small flame licking up the fence post, but I knew how fast that could turn. I dropped the gun, smothered it with a tarp, while Ranger barked wild, desperate to chase the bastards who did it. When the smoke cleared, it was dead quiet. No headlights, no footsteps, just my pulse pounding and the faint hiss of scorched grass. They'd left a red jerry can, half full, label peeled off, and sprayed across it, barely visible. Clean sweep 2.0. That didn't mean a damn thing to me then, but later, oh, I'd remember. For a long time I just stood there, shotgun in one hand, the can in the other, moon hanging pale and white over my ruined fence. Somewhere, a siren wailed, but far, too far to matter. I should have called the sheriff, but some part of me, maybe pride or just plain instinct, said nobody's gonna believe this. Not out here. Who sends fake cops to torch a rancher's barn? Who plans that? That's what I kept asking myself, sitting on the porch till sunrise, Ranger curled at my feet, gun across my lap. And when the first light hit the fields, I said it out loud. If they come back, I won't miss. By daybreak, the valley looked peaceful, but you ever notice? Out here, peace just means nothing's happening yet. I shoveled dirt over the burned patch, but the gasoline smell still clung to the earth. Ranger stuck to me like glue. Every gust of wind made him growl, like he expected those men to crawl right back out of the dark. Around 7, my phone started buzzing. Local news. Local rancher fires on federal officers during inspection. Federal officers, my ass. Those were ghosts in fake uniforms and bad intentions. The article quoted the Sage Valley HOA Restoration Committee, and that's when the pit opened in my gut. They claimed they'd been doing safety inspections, that I opened fire, unprovoked, and right there at the bottom, signed clear as day, Grant Wallace, President. I didn't know it then, but Grant, well, let's just say, he'd make Karen from the HOA look like a babysitter. 6 hours after the attack, and they already had a press release sent out. No police report, no real investigation. Almost like they'd planned this before a single shot got fired. Then my doorbell rang. Sheriff Blake Turner. He's been here longer than me. Not quite a friend, but a man who understands how things get handled in Sage Creek. "Ethan," he said, "tell me what happened." I did, the whole thing. The fake uniforms, the gas, the lighter, the shot. He listened, silent, then squatted down near the fence, sniffed the dirt. "Diesel mixed with aviation fuel," he muttered. "Not something farmers use." "So you believe me?" I asked. "I believe you saw what you saw," he said. "But if this gets political, these people play dirtier than we do." He glanced at the jerrycan when I pointed, and his jaw clenched. Clean Sweep 2.0. I haven't heard that name since. Never mind. You need to keep your head down. But that wasn't in the cards. By noon, the story had gone statewide. Reporters camped at my gate, neighbors slowing down to stare, some yelling. Hope your aim's better next time. Cole. I shut my phone off. Didn't matter. The storm was already here. At sundown, I got an email from a blocked address. Subject: We warned you. Attached: a map of my property, red X's on every building, and 5 words: next time we bring proof. That's when fear turned to fury. 2 days after, a formal letter arrived. Sage Valley HOA seal. Attendance required at community meeting, Saturday, 5 p.m. I showed up, the town hall packed, sunlight slicing through the blinds. All eyes shifting when Grant Wallace walked in. Dark gray suit, 2 polished shoes, fake corporate smile. He called me out without ever saying my name, talking about incidents, fear, one man's paranoia. When I stood, I called him out for fake cops and gasoline. His smile never reached his eyes. Serious accusation, Mr. Cole, he said. The men you shot were authorized contractors assisting with property safety enforcement. Authorized by who? You, or whoever's paying you to run people off their land. A flicker of annoyance, quick but telling. He tried to spin it, talking about progress, investors, sanctuary. I called his bluff. You want progress? Build it on your own land. And he leaned in close, said real low, everything here is my land, one way or another. But then, Sarah Collins, my neighbor, stood up, arms crossed, said what nobody else dared. You don't own this town, Mr. Wallace, and you sure as hell don't scare us. The room stirred, you could feel the shift, and Grant had to smooth it over, but he'd already lost the crowd. After the meeting, Grant was waiting by his Lexus, said quietly, You really should have stayed quiet, Mr. Cole. There are men here who don't scare easy. I told him, and he just smiled, drove off. That night, envelopes started stacking up, violations, noise complaints, health hazards, photos of my ranch from inside the fence line. Next, 2 inspectors, with badges so new the ink still shined, claiming chemical runoff from manure, demanding access to my barns. I asked for a warrant. We can make this easy, or we can make it official. I let them in, because I knew if I didn't, they'd twist the story anyway. Fed up, I called Linda Parker, my dad's old attorney, sharp as tacks, and not afraid of a fight. She looked over the HOA paperwork, smirked. Scare tactics. The codes they're citing don't exist anymore. Their jurisdiction stops at the residential boundary. They're bluffing, Ethan. Then why do it? I asked. It's not about winning. It's about wearing you down. Make you look like a problem. Keep the pressure up till you break or sell. She told me to document everything, and that night, I set up extra cameras. A couple days later, things got quiet, too quiet. Mail stopped. No cars. Even the air felt lighter. I tried to believe maybe it was over, but evil like that doesn't disappear, it waits. Then one morning, I found one of my cows, charred black, legs twisted, clean sweep 2.0, painted in red down the fence post above her. I sent the photo to Linda. Turns out, clean sweep was an old campaign, a decade ago, under Karen Wallace. Burn out the holdouts, force a sale. Sheriff Blake confirmed it. Wallace has people on the inside now, he warned. Don't give them a mistake to use against you. That night, a match flared by the fence line, then gone. A drone buzzed the property, caught by Miguel, my neighbor, and a whiz with electronics. Turns out, they'd been flying thermal surveillance, logging footage, piggybacking off the HOA servers. Not just intimidation, gathering evidence, maybe even rehearsing for something worse. Sarah Collins, it turned out, was ex-Army medic, cool under fire. She started checking in every night by radio. Next time they come, it won't be with paint. We set up a ranch watch, mapped the property, set blind spots, camera feeds, built a defense. Then the thunder hit. Not weather, but an engine rumble, then fire. The barn went up in seconds, flames roaring, horses screaming. I barely dragged Daisy and Copper out, but my calf buddy, too small, too weak. I couldn't get to him in time. Through the haze, I saw them, 2 men by the fence, watching, then gone. Ranger barked, but I called him back. Sheriff Blake dragged me from the fire, cursing, both of us helpless to stop the collapse. They found a drone mount in the ash. They wanted proof, Miguel muttered. Proof of your collapse. Linda found the payment trail, Cobalt Risk Solutions, Grant Wallace, and the money man, Elliot Kane, same man who backed Karen a decade ago, the real estate developer with a hand in every dirty deal. They burned my barn for a business plan. Not just mine, but every ranch in 5 miles. Luxury homes, golf courses, private airstrip. Linda said, your land's the keystone. The HOA, the violations, just weapons for Kane's redevelopment plan. We gathered the evidence, filed a federal complaint. But Grant and his men weren't done. They rolled up in black SUVs, tactical gear, Grant smug and sure. Miguel streamed it live, Sarah and Linda standing their ground. When Grant's thugs stepped onto my porch, I fired a round into the dirt. Next one goes higher, I said. Red and blue lights flooded the drive. Sheriff Blake, backup, deputies. Grant sneered till the cuffs clicked. You think this ends with me? He spat. His name's Elliot Kane, I said, and the fear in his eyes told me all I needed. Weeks passed. The courthouse in Amarillo was packed, reporters swarming. Linda stood tall, laid out the evidence, the money trail, the footage, the false inspections. Kane's lawyers squirmed, but the truth stuck. Guilty, fraud, conspiracy, attempted property theft. 12 years. 10 million in restitution. Blue Range Holdings dissolved. HOA charter revoked. Sage Creek set free. We rebuilt. Miguel handled security. Sarah ran rescues. Linda helped folks fight back all across the state. Sheriff Blake kept the gate open every Sunday. Even had a girl drop off a stray puppy. I heard you taking strays, she said. I just smiled, bent down, and scratched its ears. Yeah, we do that around here. Some storms come to destroy, some to clear a path. Mine did both. Out of the ashes, something stronger grew. This land isn't just dirt, it's a promise. A promise no HOA, no developer, no dirty money will ever own again. If you're still with me, thank you. If you've ever stood your ground, if you know what it means to fight for something bigger than yourself, drop a comment, tell me where you're watching from, share your own battle. Because justice doesn't always come quietly. Sometimes it comes with fire. I'm Ethan Cole. Thanks for listening. Until next time, stay strong, stay honest, and I'll see you down the line.